Humans are reverse kryptonians. They are weak on their home planet, but strong everywhere else. No one knew this until Earth was attacked and humanity was taken off of Earth to be enslaved. Their attack was swift and deadly. Within a week, 2/3 of the world's population had disappeared, or at least was what we assumed, since on the second day, communications started to fail. Soon enough, there was no one left that was able to fight. Only kids and teenagers roamed the streets with empty eyes and dull spirits, having lost all sense of security and hope. The remaining 1/3 was left to cope with this new reality, where aliens did in fact exist and had taken over our planet. We, according to the broken transmission that we'd received from them, directly into our minds, were the gifted ones worthy of their mercy, the mighty Azalmer, conquerors of worlds, just as long we would submit ourselves to them, to serve them as they saw fit. In order to do so, we had only to surrender to their machines, under the promise that we would not be harmed within the following week, or face total obliteration by means of their terraforming contraptions. Our future was a gloom, one indeed, either live in servitude of our family's killers or risk being dead ourselves. Many, as myself, took the coward's way out and chose to live, even if living was, in fact, surviving. We were taken into giant pod-like structures by our captors, by then showing their faces to us, humanoid-looking lizards with black scales covering most of their body, with the exception of the soft skin in their chests and blood-piercing eyes, hissing and screaming into our minds, breaking our spirits even more. Our pod was taken to one of the many worlds they conquered, and then terraformed. During the time that it took to get there, we were forced to hear the countless glorified stories of their kin, how they took over many planets before ours, how they killed or enslaved their inhabitants, how they were merciful to let us live, and how they then transformed the planet into their own image, a desert-like dystopia, filled with sand and burning with the heat of 1,000 furnaces. They laughed at us, of our meek structure, of our lack of strength, and how we would be unable to survive for long on their mining colonies. It is ironic, though, how they would come to regret every single one of those laughs and taunts. Soon, but not soon enough, we reached our destination and were put to work. It was a strange world indeed, very different from our own. The gravity pull was enormous, and most of us were left exhausted as soon as we set foot into the planet. The sky was filled with a violet-like hue, with blue-like suns filling the sky in an endless day with no night in sight. The first few days took their toll on our numbers, with countless of us succumbing to tiredness and despair. Yet, for those of us who were able to survive a little while longer, things started to change within the first week, or at least of what it seemed to be a week, since there was no night for us to control time in this strange world. First, gravity seemed to affect us less and less. Suddenly, we weren't so tired nor feeling so weak, yet most of us dismissed it as a result of the numbness that was affecting us all. However, soon enough, strange events started to occur that we could no longer dismiss as hallucinations or numbness. We felt deep within us that something was fundamentally altering us, making us stronger, making us wanting to fight, to release ourselves from the shackles of our captors, strike them on behalf of our kind, to exact revenge for all the countless lives that were taken due to the greed and arrogance of our enslavers. The revolution started. It was swift and deadly. Our captors' bodies were soft and crunchy, like crackers filled with red jelly and pain. Their machines no longer frightened us, but were like toys, easily broken by a simple touch of our hand. Anger burst through our eyes, in the form of deadly red like lights that scorched the surface of the cities in the colony that we were deployed to. Soon, we found that we were no longer bound by the planet's gravity, nor needed its air to survive, and with the help of the sudden increase of our understanding of their technology, we easily located the remaining colony. Yet, we were not alone. Thousands of humans had survived and transformed throughout their colonies, and suddenly our captors turned into mere ghosts, remnants of a past soon to be forgotten. Only one location remained, our birthplace, where we were stripped of our hope and innocence. However, it no longer resembled the Earth that we left behind, but it was turned into a planet of their liking, and that was indeed the last mistake that they ever made.